Namaste. When it comes to handling any situation or a problem in life, perception is the most important thing. If you are able to perceive the holistic picture of the whole situation, then your behavior or the words that you speak or the decisions that you take will all be right. But many times, what happens is the perception is not holistic, the perception is partial. Then you make a lot of mistakes. Now, I came across a small story. I was reading this. I thought this can actually be a very good example. There were five friends who were blind, they could not see, and they were taken to a temple one day. In the temple, there was a huge elephant. So they had never seen, of course, they can't see, but they wanted to understand how an elephant is by touching. That's how they can perceive. So they said, we want to touch the elephant. So the person who took them to the temple, he went to the person, the caretaker of the elephant, and said, can you allow them to touch the elephant so that they can understand how the elephant looks? He said, of course, no problem, I will allow them. So all five of them went and they started touching the elephant. Now one person stood near one of the feet of the elephant, one foot he was holding. He was holding that foot, it was so big, and he said, oh my God, the elephant is like a huge pillar. There was another person who was standing just behind him and touching the stomach of the side of the elephant. And he said, no, the elephant is like a huge wall. I can feel it. Then there was another person who was standing in front of these two people. He was touching the tusk of the elephant. He said, this is very hard and it is pointed. It is something like a rod which is very pointed. And there was one more person even in front of him who was holding the trunk of the elephant. He said, but I feel the elephant is very soft and flexible. I'm able to move it here and there. And then finally there was one person right at the back holding on to the elephant's tail. He said, look, I'm holding the elephant. It's just like a rope. It's only like a rope. Now look at all the five perceptions. They couldn't see the holistic picture. Of course, they were blind. That's beside the point. Let's keep it aside. But even otherwise, they were coming to a decision with whatever they could touch only. They couldn't go beyond that. That is the mistake which many of us make when we think about certain issues in life and we try to take decisions in life. It is much better if we can just withdraw, come back a little bit. Then you can see the full picture, the holistic picture. You can open your eyes properly, perceive properly, and then take decisions that would be the best for you and for anybody else anytime in life. Because perception can make a very big difference in the way in which we take a decision or in the way in which we behave in any given situation. Now these friends, of course, they could not see, so we can't take that into this. But what I'm trying to say is, even though they could not see, they wanted to understand the elephant, but they were not able to hold it completely. That was the problem. Of course, that is practically not possible. So they were going by only what they were able to touch, which gave them a very partial perception of what they were touching. So that is why in life we say, instead of being involved too much emotionally in a problem, if you can just come a little away, be a little bit detached, and then look at the problem, then you can see the holistic picture. Then you will become more aware of what you should be doing, what should be the right thing, what is the right thing, and what your decision should be. So let your perception always be holistic so that you can take the right decision, the right action in any situation.